sat down on the table or something. Let's just do like some arpeggiation. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, this is the.
No, you're good.
That's
A
better.
little foggy. I have to burp, hold on.
Fun. Shelby has some, like, something in her body doesn't work, and I couldn't tell you what it is, but there's some, like, thing in her abdomen area
acid
that
reflux?
doesn't work. It's not acid reflux, but it's called something that I didn't recognize, and basically it enables her to, like, have the biggest burps ever. And, like, it's something, like, gas will, like, build up in her stomach because of this thing, and so then she just, like, rips the biggest burps
Oh,
ever.
that's amazing.
No, I mean, like, it's like a blessing and a curse, you know? Like, at the right times, it's like, wow, yeah. But then sometimes it's not. Okay, so one thing, you have, like, a good sound, obviously, as we've just established. I think that sometimes you cover a little bit, which is something I totally do, too. And, like, this is the first year I've kind of been able to get over it, but basically, like, at least for me, the sound that I, like, make isn't exactly the sound that I hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but, like, when you cover, it makes it sound like, and it's, like, not a bad sound, but it's not as resonant of a sound, which is what we're going for. And so, like, and it's just kind of like a more forward sound. You can, like, get more just volume straight up. And honestly, to my ears, I wouldn't even venture to say that, like, I know that it sounds better. Does that, like, make sense? Like, to me, whenever somebody sings covered or not, sometimes I'm like, oh, but they, like, both sound good. Like, I don't even know. But, like, apparently that's just the way. That's just, like, the right way to do it. So I trust the masses, you know what I mean? So even if I'm not, the reason I say that, I guess, is that I might not be able to, like, correctly show you. Because I don't really know what it's supposed to be. But, like,
I kind of get what you're saying, though.
yeah, like, try to, like, feel the sound in the front of your mouth as opposed to, like, the middle.
Okay.
We'll start here. That's better. Also, when you get to the top, just kind of, like, throw it.
Okay.
Like, feel that.
I always try to focus more on the pitch than I do, like...
Oh, no, I mean, I do that, too. And pitch is important, obviously, but I would also say, like, sound is also important. Just try to find a happy balance with whatever. Can you try to make it more of like a yaw as opposed to an O?
Yeah.
Maybe even like, they call it biting the apple. Kind of go like, yeah. I know, you're probably like, what the actual, but
no, it's fine.
that sounds better. Okay, question. So, is it like, when you say you're like focusing on pitches, would you say that it's hard for you to like hit the pitches? Do you think that like when you're making the sound that like you can hear it fine, but that like sometimes it's harder to like sing it
I've had this thing on my ear recently. Okay, yeah, I know that sounds like really weird, but since February, I like have had this whooshing sound in my ear.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so like I went to the doctor and they were like, well, you don't have anything in there, so it's probably like I took like antibiotics and steroids and like still didn't go away. And so like whenever I breathe, I hear in this ear.
Gosh.
And so like I'm like trying not to. I like can't hear myself as good as I used to.
Dang,
So I'm like, they need to do an MRI because I think it's like I like hear like my blood pumping or something. So it's like really annoying. Or it's tinnitus. Either one. We're not
I
sure.
don't know what tinnitus is, but
It's like where you can hear like a ringing or a gargling sound in your ear. It's like when the pipes in there are, I don't even know really what it is, but my mom has it, so she's like, you'll just have to get used to it because MRIs are expensive. And I was like, well, I kind of want to get fixed, but I feel like ever since then I've like overthink like where I'm putting the sound. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know how much it's affecting you. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm not like in your head, so it's like, yeah, I don't. Well, that's just an out of realm problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about
No, I really think that there might just be water in there that like they can't see, that I just need to get sucked out of there, but I haven't
Does it literally, is that like, yeah, what it sounds
okay,
like
this is
basically?
gonna sound disgusting, but like if I like fart or like burp or like hold my breath, like it like pushes. So like that's why I think it's like
Something.
water.
Yeah.
Is in there, but like they just can't see
Or
it.
maybe even like mucus or something, you know?
I don't
It could
know.
be anything.
But I
You
used
should
to get
like,
really bad
turkey
ear
booster.
infections. I used to get really bad ear infections in this ear when I was a baby, so I'm like,
There might be something there. You should
Yeah.
like try to do some home remedies or whatever.
yeah, I was thinking about doing the candle.
Oh, I like don't know what that is. Does it like melt your earwax? Is that what it does?
Well, you like go like this, and you burn like this like Walmart candle, like ear candle, and you like have to lay there until the candle's all the way burned down to the wick,
Jeez.
and then like you pull it out, and there's like this like long like stick of wax. That,
Yeah,
like,
I
comes
should try
out
that
of
too.
your ear.
That actually sounds like fun.
No,
Just,
it's
like-
like satisfying apparently.
Yeah, just like for fun. I know that I used to have a neti pot. Have you ever used a neti pot before?
I've used one of those things where you like.
Put it in your nose.
Yeah.
That's like kind of satisfying. Probably not
Yeah.
quite as satisfying, but I like it.
But anyways, so it's like kind of hard for me to hear out of my left ear now.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah.
I don't think that you have pitch problem. Like, I definitely don't. I think that if anything, it just comes off as hesitation
Yeah.
in the voice, which is like avoidable at best. But I think that you sound pretty warmed up. If you want, you can like do some sight reading.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And then I printed off this piece.
I was really impressed with myself. Okay, I didn't do like the second sight reading that we did in class today. Like I didn't get like I wasn't using like solfege, but I got the notes right. So
Really?
yeah.
Nice.
I was like smiling back there. I was like,
That's good. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, so what do you think, like, you did today that, like, made that happen?
I don't know. I think I was just more focused.
Focus?
Yeah, that and like confident, I guess, which.
That's a huge part of it. I mean, when I was in middle school and I was learning how to sight read, literally every other second my director was like, don't forget to be confident. And, like,
Yeah.
it's annoying and kind of stupid, but, like, in the end it actually is, especially with sight reading in multiple parts when you're, like there's another
I
note.
also think that the ones that we had today were probably easier than normal, but
Yeah, but I mean, I was still, like, there were some pretty funky leaps. Like, I want to say we went, like, or something like, or something like
yeah.
that.
Well,
It was,
whenever I get confused, I just listen to what you sing. So
like, I'm, like,
or Rebecca.
way overbearing over there. Oopsies. But, well, let's see. You don't have any problem with rhythm, do you?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't think that you do.
I mean, in some of the songs that we do in class, I'm like, ew, wait. But
Yeah, no, the circle
Yeah.
one, I was like, so.
well, that one.
Oh,
Started
yeah.
today. What is that?
I was not. I mean, like, I'm not into it yet. Let me tell you, but maybe I will. It's like it is too out there for me.
I can't even figure out how to read it.
And like, it doesn't seem like if it were out there, but like cool. I think I might be down, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be cool.
I can't take it seriously.
I can't, and it's like, like I don't know.
It just sounds too sexual to me.
No, I know. When he was doing it, I was like, anywho, let's. Oh, these are all in G. That's interesting.
That's fantastic.
Let's just do number 1.
Okay.
So, starting nose do, as you would expect.
So that's gotta be so, right? Or,
that is actually do. Since we're in G, it's on the second line.
Mhm.
That is G. That is the G line.
The G is do, or the E is do?
The G is do.
The G is do, but the E would be so, right?
Oh, that would be law, actually.
Mhm.
So, like,
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So, do you want to just try to sing it, or do you want to...
I'm gonna,
Right.
we'll see.
Chant
We'll see.
it?
Yeah.
Think chanting will help? Or?
Yeah. We'll do that.
Sure.
Okay. Do, 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 la, ti, la, do,
Mhm.
mi, so, la, ti. Okay.
So, if you just left so, you're going to go la, so.
Yeah.
Just like-
La, so,
No.
mi,
Mhm.
re, mi, re, do, la,
Yeah.
do, mi, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, la, ti, la, so, no, la, ti, do,
Close. So, I think one thing that you're doing, which is pretty minimal in the grand scheme,
Mhm.
you're, like, mixing up so and ti.
Yeah.
So, like, this, you said law, ti, law, but it's actually law, so, law.
Yeah.
And then you said law, so, do, but it's law, so, law, ti, do. So,
Okay.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, the syllables are literally just, like, for help. And like Shelby said last time, like, once they start getting in the way, they're not helpful. So, also just something else to note, like, if you do happen to find yourself in chorale someday and you're like, this is hard to read, do you, like, ever write in the solfege syllables?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, just making sure.
Do we have time to do that? Like,
It would probably have to be outside of chorale.
Okay.
But, I
So,
mean,
like, if I got this beforehand, I could write it.
and you get everything beforehand. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And, like, that's totally something I do, too, is, like, I'll make a playlist on YouTube and just, like, listen through it sometimes, because
Okay.
then you just get a feel for the melody. We're usually on top anyway, you know, so,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just, like, a lot easier
Okay.
once you have a good feel for it. So, that's your do.
Okay.
Let's set our key.
Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do.
And you're
So
starting
that's
pitch.
law. Okay.
That fourth note is
Yeah.
law, yes.
Okay.
But, yeah, we just do do, mi, so, mi, do, because that's, like, the tonic.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, think about it before I have to sing it. So.
Sure.
Okay.
And go as slow as you need.
Okay. Do, 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 la, so, la, ti. Yeah, no, there's not a T there, is there?
There's not,
Okay.
but you got everything right.
Do, mi, fa, so.
So that's actually
Did I
so.
sing the right note?
You actually you sang
Okay.
fa when you said fa, but
Okay.
you know, you can just start right there.
Okay. Right here.
Third note. Yep.
Do, mi,
Think about the triad. You said.
so, la, so, mi, la, do, la. That's the wrong note.
No, that is the right note.
Okay. La, do, mi, la. Yeah. Mi, la, mi, do, la, mi, do, la, ti, la, so, la, ti, do, do, do.
Nice. Not bad at all. There's just like a little bit of hesitation here and there, but like that's super minimal. And like when you said T just now, you sang so. You like
Yeah.
sang the right pitch. So like I said, that's mostly what's important. Let's do this next one.
Okay.
Also, just another tip. Another thing my middle school director told me all the time is that you need to look ahead. So if you can
Mhm.
find it in your soul to be able to look at the note before the note you're singing, that really helps because then you
Mhm.
can think about that interval and be like, whoa, like I have to go out the blah 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
same key. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Same starting now.
Do, mi, fa, so, la, so, mi. No.
Nope.
Do I sing right now?
So just start from this so.
So, fa,
Yep.
mi, mi, re, do, do, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, la, do, ti, do.
Nice! That was... You're, like, way better than you were last time we met.
Thank you.
And, like, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's literally just these little lessons, but, like, great. I'm gonna ask you to do this one more time and,
Yeah,
like,
I think so,
actually do it in time.
Okay.
Just, like, for rhythm's sake. So,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Do, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, do, mi, fa. Sorry, I like my eyeballs.
Dude, if you wanna hold it, feel free.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Fa, so, fa, mi, la, mi. No, yeah, no, wrong notes. La, do, ti, do.
Nice. The only hiccup you had was actually right here. You didn't hold that for 2
Yeah,
beats.
the rhythm was
But
janky.
that's super small.
Okay.
You wanna do one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
For good measure. We'll start
Okay.
on this one, I guess. And if you're having trouble seeing it, I can like look over your shoulder.
Oh, no, you're fine. Okay, so, right?
Do you remember what so is?
So.
Yep.
So, mi, la.
Not quite. So like this is a sequence of sorts. So like
Okay.
so, mi, goes back up, but not up to so. Nice.
Do, re, mi, fa, so, so, mi, fa, re, do, mi, so, do.
Nice, dude. I feel you're just like getting better so fast.
Thank you.
It's like- and I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Because you are just
If
resting.
I look at it more.
Yeah. Which, I mean, no pressure. It's not a big deal. But, yeah, I mean, like, even if you were just to, like, roll into Contom's, like, 5 minutes early and just, like, look at one for a second, I feel like that would just, like, make a world of a difference.
Yeah,
But, you know,
I can do that.
priorities. Whatever. But I think that, yeah, your little signature, that didn't end up mattering. But, you know, it's all that counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like,
That's helping a lot, I think. Like, for real.
yeah. No, I really do, because, like, last week you were having trouble with, like, both pitch and rhythm, and I feel like this week you're just, like, a lot more confident.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also had a nap, so.
Maybe that's what it is. You're just,
Maybe,
like,
who
fresh
knows?
in the brain. But, anyhow, we can start looking at this piece now if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So,
The left hand looks.
I'm not going to play that.
extravagant.
Oh, no. I could do it if I, like, looked at it for a while. I can make you a copy by the way.
Okay. Oh, you're
If
so
you want.
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Just in case you, like...
Oh, and if you ever need, like, music, like, my dad, like, I'm pretty sure probably has a copy of whatever you need, so.
Oh, really? Is he a
Well-
church director?
No, he used to play organ
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, piano for churches and stuff, so he has, like, hymnals, and then I've kept every single piece of music that I've done since 5th grade, so.
I do that too. I don't like get how people don't do that. I have like just this overflowing box of stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, Sam, well, I'm like, okay, if one, like, original copy is $250, like, you keep everything for, like, 6 years, like.
That's so funny. That's like not the way I was thinking about it, but straight up. I went to there's this thing called NAFME, which is like a Future Music Educators Association type thing, and I went to a meeting for it last year because it's required for ed majors, which is like annoying, but anywho. It was
Oh,
talking
I
about
thought you were
copyright
Yeah.
stuff, and like it's wild how strict copyright rules are. And, like, I don't know,
Really?
from my high school and middle school, they, like, never followed the rules. They would just, like, buy one, copy it for 20 people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, not actually buy 20 copies. And, like, it's, like, literally the kind of thing where if you were to play, technically, if you were to sing a song that's copyright, and you were to, like, move it up a step, I don't know if you've noticed, like,
Yeah.
when Street moves stuff up a step and stuff, it's, like, against copyright. Like, you're, like, it's a fraud. And I just, like, never knew that, because it's, like, who cares if it's up a step?
Yeah,
You're still,
no,
like,
we've, like, switched our pieces for, UIL, like,
yeah.
keys, especially, like, acapella pieces. She'll
Yeah,
be like,
totally.
okay, this is an A flat, we're not gonna do it in A flat.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, like, I don't know, it blows my mind, because it's, like, I guess it matters for the people that write, but I'm also like, come on, guys, let's chill out. Okay.
Is this Italian?
It is Italian.
I did my solo ensemble piece was Italian.
Ha! What did you do?
You know, I've been trying to figure that out for, like, a really long time because I loved it, but it was, like, insanely difficult.
I bet it's in the 24 Italian art songs book.
Oh, I guarantee it. And I've, like, been trying to figure out what it is because my dad was my accompanist. It was, like,
And he
it
doesn't
was,
know?
No! And I can't find... I have the copy of it somewhere, but, like,
Sure.
I only have, like, the last 3 pages, so I don't have the cover page, so I still don't know what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably figure out from the words. Or I could figure it out if you want.
And I also
Some things
remember,
that come to mind.
middle school Caro Mio Bien.
Oh,
Like,
classic.
everyone did that, so...
Yeah, no, that is a classic. That's also from the 24 Italian art song. Well, it was really hard. One of the hard ones I did in high school was called Alma del Core.
Sounds familiar,
It was like-
but I don't think... Yeah, no, this one was depressing.
Yeah, okay. Well,
It was in a minor key.
minor.
It
Okay.
was. I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And I got a 1, but I was like, oh god, that was hard. It was a hard
Well,
piece.
we can try to figure it out, because honestly,
Do it
if you
after.
really like it, then, like, we can figure it out. And we can
Oh,
work
I
on
don't
it.
know if I'm like with it enough to get.
Oh, really?
No, when I said that was a hard piece for me to sing, I mean it was a hard piece for me to sing. Like it was one of those pieces that like when you read it, it's like this is made for my voice, but not my brain. Like.
Well, I hope that this one's made for your voice and your brain. Because
Thank you.
I definitely think it's made for your voice.
Okay, so let's go over the pronunciation. You want to?
Sure. I mean, it's honestly pretty straightforward.
Bobby no caro mia piace bello. Bella?
Oh, sorry. I wrote law because modification. Like, I was like,
Okay.
because for me, low kind of got like closed off, but in reality,
Okay.
it's low. So only
Vonda? Vonda?
buanda. Yeah.
Vonda?
So that little
Okay.
bracket I wrote means glottal. So like buanda,
Vonda.
rein, porta,
Porta.
rosa.
Rosa.
And I wrote raw because it's kind of like an O mix.
Compera.
Hmm?
La Nelo.
Nello.
Nelo, okay.
Yeah, that's just a.
I'm taking Spanish.
I do
Sí,
too.
sí.
Yeah,
Chile. Chile?
close. So it's CC, Chivo,
Chivo.
Lio. There's
Lio.
no G. So Chivo,
Chivo,
Lio,
okay.
andare. So it's gonna be like Chivo, Lio, andare. It's gonna
Okay,
be.
yeah, that might be
It's
an
gonna
issue,
be
but we'll
such
get
a
through it.
jumble. But honestly, we can do notes first, and then we'll
Yeah.
like
Okay.
add the text
Cool.
after a while. But just so you have a feel for it.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so sad. Okay, saying. I think that's what that says. Saying. Yeah.
Wait, where?
Sorry, I'm looking right
Oh,
here. Mine's
okay.
like pretty gross.
Selania sing.
But it's so
Down.
high that you'll probably just be like se
Okay.
or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Andrai
Andra.
sul ponte
Ponte
vecchio.
vecchio. Because it's the CH, yeah.
Yeah.
Ma perduta
Mhm.
min ano.
Yeah.
Mi stragomitomento.
Yeah. So the only thing is this go. It's got that little like swoop underneath.
Oh yeah.
So it's goe.
Go away.
So you're like your main vowel is e. So
Oh.
you're like mi strago mi tormento odi O, waaaaay, rye, like rye bread. Yep. And then, you want to finish it?
Babo,
Yep. Perfect. But for now, we'll just do notes on like a do, or we can selfish it, you know? It's actually super readable. So, no, I swear. It really is. So, do you want to try to figure out what key we're in?
Well, if the last flat is fa.
Yep.
Right? Fa. Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, so, la, ti. So the A is a T. So the G is the do.
Close.
Right?
Something I would recommend in this kind of situation, do you ever try to count down from fa as opposed to counting up to do? Like, instead of going like fa, so la, ti, do.
That's what I was trying to do. I'm sorry.
Go, fa. Oh, that's so funny. So, like, yeah, the syllables you were saying were like going up.
Yeah, okay.
But I would go fa, mi, re, do.
Yeah, okay. Fa, mi, re, do. Fa, mi, re, do. Okay, so the A is do.
Yep.
Okay, so are we in the key of A? Flat?
Yes! I was like,
Liddy titty.
flat! Yes! So, yeah, it is A flat. So,
Okay, that's fine.
our first note is do.
Okay.
So, this is probably the hardest part about reading this, is that it's in cut time, or a compound meter. These words don't even matter to you, but anywho, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or like, so instead of being like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like the normal meter we have. This is compound, which
6,
means
8.
yeah, 6, 8, which means it's kind of more divided into groups of 3 as opposed to groups of 4.
Well, yeah, because that counts as 1, right?
Yeah.
And that counts as 1, and that.
Well,
that counts as like.
so-
right?
A lot of the time when you're in 6/8, you kind of feel 2 bigger beats. There's 6
Okay.
beats in the measure.
Oh, well, I guess that's 1. That's half. That's 1, and that's a half. So yeah, that would be 3, right? Yeah. No.
Well, see, I don't really know what you mean when you say that. But
Okay.
it's basically, so when you look at this, it's like the 8th note is the 3 beats inside of the bigger beat. So
Yeah,
when I'm
okay.
saying, oh, mio, ba, bino, ka, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, mi piace, 1, 2, go, ba. Is that like making sense to you?
Yeah. So it's like a waltz.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It
See,
definitely has a waltz.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me, but like I said, my dad plays piano, and so he plays in like country bands, so I sing like yeehaw music on a regular
I
basis,
heard
like
about that, yeah.
around town. So like my dad's like, okay, it's a 4/4. You like these 4/4s? So whenever I think of like the fun, I think of like the waltz because we like dance together a lot. So.
Oh, cute. No, I still think about waltz when I'm like having trouble feeling a 3/4. I'm like, because you really have to feel that bigger beat. So when we're reading this, it'd be do, 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 mi,
Okay.
ti, la, so.
Yeah, no, that makes much more sense when I think about it like that.
Definitely, good job. Waltz, yes. Put it in your own words for sure. So, you want to chant it?
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna start.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do, do, mi, ti, la, so, do, re, mi, do, do. So I know we were both like do. So yeah, that's not good. So do, re, mi, do, so, mi, so. So yeah, so I'm sorry. This was my copy originally, and I had
you're
written 2/16 because there's technically 2 syllables. So you can, like,
yeah,
read
no,
it
that
as
makes
that.
sense.
So it's like so when I sing it, I'm like that sounds gross, but anyway. So we'll start there. But we'll just keep chanting.
Okay.
No need for pitches. So
Mi, so. Fa.
This one right here.
Do.
That's
Ray,
actually
Ray.
Ray,
'Cause
nice.
It's one up from do. Yeah, okay.
Brilliant. Yes. So Ray.
Fa.
Mhm.
mi, do, do.
Yep. And then we can keep going.
Do, re, mi, do, ti, mi, re,
It's Ray. Yes.
re,
Re.
wa, no.
Oh, that's actually a so.
Okay, so,
So,
do,
mi,
do, ti, la, so, do, re, mi, do, do.
Yep. Got that. And then this right here. That's
No.
actually a so.
So,
Do you like, I mentioned this last lesson, do you like thinking about how, like, if do is on this second space, mi is on the third space, so is on the fourth space?
yeah,
If you can just
I don't know, sometimes everything is so tiny and I just get confused.
No, I mean, I feel dyslexic, basically, when I'm reading music sometimes, especially if
Yeah, I
it's
used to
super
be so good at this, and then I got like 5 concussions, and I'm like, you know,
hard. From what?
well, I was really accident prone, and also I rode horses competitively.
Oh,
So.
yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could see you doing that.
Yeah.
Well, ouch.
Not much of a team player.
We'll continue on. So
Okay.
this is so.
So, la.
Yeah, it's la. You got it.
Do again?
Yep.
Okay. So, no fa.
Mm-mm, we just left it. So, blank do. Mm-mm. Well, we got so, and then we go here.
Uh-huh.
That is that. So,
Fa.
wait, what did you just say?
Fa.
La.
So, la.
Law's
Okay.
right
Yeah,
here,
I'm
so-
getting la and fa mixed up today.
Well, it makes sense. They sound the same. And I mean, yeah, it's whatever. So, la, do,
La,
la,
ti,
la,
la,
so.
so. See, I'm doing it again. I'm like switching things.
Yeah, that's okay though.
La, so, fa,
Mhm.
so, mi,
Yeah.
do, re, mi, do, so,
So actually, this one
Me.
is la,
la.
unfortunately.
La,
Sorry
okay.
about that. Switch you up. If you, by the way, if you need a pencil,
Okay.
sometimes I need pencils. Do, re, mi, do. Yeah, if you end up wanting to write in some solfege or anything,
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go home and solfege this.
don't feel any pressure. You can also easily find a video of this on YouTube. It's like super popular. Yeah, for sure. It's an aria from an opera, actually.
So was the one I did that I'm trying to think of.
Well, then I feel like I would know it. But
We'll
It-
figure it out after this.
what if it was the song? That would be wild. I doubt it, but like,
This one?
yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think it is, but that would just be
No,
like
it
so
for sure
cool.
wasn't, because it was like something about my love dying or something.
Hmm.
And I sang it a lot slower than it was supposed to be, and so the guy that like was the judge, who was like, okay, I don't know how you got through that with like out breathing as much as you did, because it's supposed to be like way faster than that. Because like I thought it was supposed to be slow, so my dad and I were like,
Did your dad like teach you a lot for the most part, or did you just kind of?
no, my dad tried to get me to play piano, so that's kind of like why I get confused with like choir-y stuff and piano-y stuff, I think. It's because I took lessons off and on, like with my dad and with piano teachers. So like that's why I'll be like, oh, that's an F, and like sing it as an fa if it's an F,
Oh gosh.
because it starts with an F.
Jeez. Yeah.
Things like that, you know. I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Okay. Well, I think that we did enough selfishing. I think we can just start learning the notes.
let's do it.
Let's just do it.
This is giving me a headache.
So, I think I'm just gonna sing along with you.
Okay,
So, but do you want to try to do it on solfege, or do you want to do it
let's
on
do it on
do?
words. Or
Let's do like a do.
do's. A
Yeah.
do's. Okay.
So this is our do.
Okay.
So that's actually a harder line. Sorry. It's all pretty singable though, right? It's like it makes sense. So we'll start at pick up to 22.
Like, I didn't even look at the dynamics of this. Like, how loud is this?
I would say loud. When you're singing solo, it's usually pretty loud in general. Except for when you see those decrescendos. Yeah. Or crescendos. Yeah. You know how to follow them. We'll start here though.
Where?
Knees through it. Alright, pick up to 21. So, just listen to it for a second.
Okay.
Sorry. So it goes like. When you come down the second time, it's going to be a little bit lower than the first time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably screw that up a couple times.
No worries. Right. We'll do it one more time.
Okay.
And so we're back on down. Nice. Perfect.
Oh, nice.
So do you want to just try to sing it on D from the beginning?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Let's see if I can play this. So we'll go. Do you want me to play your part? I'll play your part.
Play my part, because, you know, I'm slow, so.
Sure, no worries. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So just be careful there to not
to breathe?
I wouldn't breathe also, but I'm talking about the note value, so it's like do, 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 do.
Yeah.
This one's just gonna be a little longer than you want it to be. We can start right there.
Okay. That's gonna be longer too, huh?
Yep. There's a pattern to this one.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it. Do you want to actually start right here?
Yeah, at the vo...
Mm-hmm. Just because those are some kind of weird intervals. So... And also keep in mind this is just a half step, so it's gonna be like literally as little as you can move. Yeah. And we'll go on. Sorry.
No, I keep doing that. That's flat, isn't it?
For whatever reason, like your onset's fine, but there's like a little fuzziness like in the middle. Do you feel that happen?
Yeah.
But it's not. I wouldn't worry about it. Your onset. I think that your pitch is fine. So we'll start there. Oh yeah.
Did I go?
Just a little too far on this one. Keep going. So yeah, it's another one of those pickups. That's the weird part.
Yeah. No.
Do you want to try it down the octave?
Yes.
Just for ease. so far.
Over here. Oh,
That one right
I
there.
don't know.
No worries. So yeah, just if you're thinking.
Oh, I told like did not read that.
Oh, well then there you go. That's why it's confusing.
They're also kind of similar. So, but like
They are similar but different. Yeah.
Okay.
One of the
All right.
difficulties.
You want to start right here with the dough?
Sure.
Okay.
You're on. We'll do up there. Sorry. Yeah. And then that word right here.
Oh.
Nice. And then here. Nice, not too bad. It's really just this part is a little bit more complicated, but it's really doable, you know. How about we start? You mind if we start right here,
Let's do it.
just so we get a better feel for these
Yeah.
differences? Well, how about we'll do this first one, and then we'll do the second one right next to each other, so you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
So, first one. So just get that in. And then the second one, right here. So yeah, if you're thinking,
I skipped a note.
yeah, no worries, but just thinking about how that all goes down and then it's going really up there, and then on that one it's like a little different. We'll do that second one again.
Okay.
Okay, let's start from here.
Okay.
So that you can feel the difference. See if you remember the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah, now I was singing the bottom one again.
I know, yeah. It's well, now you have it back in your head.
Yeah.
So we'll start again. I think might help you, which, by the way, you're doing great. But as far as like making sure you know how long each of these are, do you ever count saying? It like actually sucks, but it helps.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that.
Like being like. And then you like can tell which notes are 2 beats and which notes are 1 beat, which notes are 3 beats. And like with this one right here, it's a total of 8 beats. If you want to like write that in, because sometimes it's hard to think about counting when you're singing really long. Do you want to do that section again, or do you want to try to do it from the beginning?
Let's try it over from the beginning. We'll see.
Yeah, perfect. Do you want me to keep playing your part?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. You knew it, and I didn't. Yep. Okay, great.
Wait, where are we?
here. So.
Oh. Wait.
First page. Yep, right here.
Oh, okay. Why did I go?
Sometimes you skip lines. It just
I
happens.
do!
Yeah,
Man,
no, I totally do that too.
Okay, I'm hanging this over here. My neck is fine.
Oh, for sure. No worries.
So, sure it's okay. Where are we?
How about we start? We'll start
Right here.
Okay.
Yep.
I strangely never feel like I have to sneeze when I'm singing. It's like something about it just distracts me. I don't know what it is. But I always thought about sometimes I'll get on stage for showcase and I'm like, oh, I need to burp. Or fart.
Mine's
And I'm
always like I have to cough when I haven't been coughing all day.
Oh, coughing is totally a problem. But sneezing, not as much. Like sneezing is like
I
the
did
sensation.
prepared public speaking in 4-H and FFA, and whenever I would forget what I was about to say, I'd just pretend like I had to sneeze. Achoo!
Oh, that's a good one. I should have thought about that for my speech class, TBH. Too late now. Okay, well, we'll start back at right here.
Yeah.
That's a longer one. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Okay, sorry. I thought I said.
No, yeah, I kind of stopped
Same.
counting, so
No,
I
you're good.
also apologize. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. See, you can sing like that all the time. You know how you just were like, haha, I'm gonna actually sing for like a second? Anywho, it's fine. We'll finish it up. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think that sometimes I'm a little too critical because you're doing a really good job. I'm just like all in teacher brain and I like end up wanting to criticize everything.
No, you're good. I like that.
student
I have
staff.
thick skin when it comes to things that like I enjoy. So if it's something that I don't enjoy, I'm like, why are you so hard on me?
That's
Math,
funny.
I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, all I was gonna say is that like I think you know how to make a really good sound, but I think that sometimes you just kind of like half sing, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For me, when I sight read, sometimes it's easy to fall into that habit, but then, I think I said this last time, you end up building this habit of, like, always half singing, and then when you're actually singing, it's harder to, like, really go full out, and so, I just recommend, because you can get, like, a really forward, warm tone, but sometimes it gets a little, like, ooh, and, like, a little hootier, which is still pretty, but, you know. How about, I think you have a good feel for it. I think I'm going to stop playing your part.
Okay.
Let's just try to do the do
Let's do.
on the right
Let's
pitches.
do.
Let's do the do. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
Sorry, I don't think we're on that level yet.
By the way, how was your date the other day?
So good.
Good.
I'll tell you
Nice.
about it later.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay. Mm-mm.
Oh wait, where did you say we're starting from?
We're starting right here.
Oh, okay.
You're singing a different, so just keep in mind that these are the same note.
Yeah.
Right now you're
That's
singing.
what I'm flatting that one, or
You're-
making it different.
You're raising it actually, so you're a little too high on that one. So we'll start like. Yep. Yep. Not bad. You got it all except for this wonky section, you know.
Yeah,
'cause
and I
it's-
held that way too long, but whatever.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, just make sure you have that internal pulse when you're singing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing a bit with like free flow, you know, it's whatever. But you know, you're making a good sound, which is what matters. That's always what we come back to, and you're good at that. Just making sure you, even when you're on do, I would recommend just like dropping your jaw more.
Okay.
You know, we should probably even sing this on a D, or if you ever practice over and over.
Like a more puckered sound, or you want a more open sound?
I would say puckered.
Okay.
But can you do a D? Do you know that when you sing, you kind of like chew? You're going. Straight up, you were just doing that.
Oh, do I wonder if I do that all the time?
I've never noticed it before.
I don't think I do.
But it just happened.
Yeah, I definitely just did that. I think I was like doing it to the beat.
Oh. Well,
Don't do that.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean,
I'm like,
it's like you're chewing it up. Like, I don't even know.
no, let's not do that again.
But
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been an
I
issue.
think that, because D, it's harder to, I don't know, you just kind of like center on the pitch better.
Mhm.
I think, like, not you, but like everybody is able to center on a pitch better when they're on D as opposed to an O.
Gotcha.
And it's just easier, it's better for you to like bring your sound forward.
Okay.
Because Do, you can like, ooh, and then it's like,
Yeah.
we're there. Do you want to start?
You want to start the funky part?
I was gonna say pick up to 14 because that's kind of that's like the second phrase.
Yeah,
Of sorts.
okay.
So we're like,
The D.
yeah, D. Yep. Also, just a small note, you're doing great. These are before the downbeat, so like.
Yeah, I kind of felt like my rhythm was off.
So the high note's always going to be on your like beat, like,
Okay.
and then it's like pickups of sorts. Do you want to start on this first one?
Let's do it.
So. I messed it up, sorry.
No, you're good. I was like trying to visualize that and it visualized the top line.
You did
instead.
a lot better that time, though.
Okay.
We'll do pick up to 22.
Okay.
The second one. Yep. Yep. Mm-mm.
No.
That's so. We want to sing about, which is below so.
Okay, so I'll work on this measure right here.
Yeah, I know. But that's very little, you know? It's just like, because, yeah, your mind wants to do is go, and then either so or but in reality we're going
What was it? That was like a you know, like on radio static. Did you hear that?
I didn't, but
I hear that sometimes.
maybe it's your brain. I know that sometimes if I'm singing like really forward as loud as I can, like literally I can hear the sound waves, and it's like
yeah, no, I hear that sometimes, but
And
I
it's
sounded
like-
like there was like right here.
oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it again to see if it happens?
Yeah.
We'll start here.
Wait, hold on, where are we? I'm like not paying
Sorry.
attention.
No, you're good. Measure 24.
Okay, so we're starting here.
Yep. What's the next note?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah! That was good, that's right. Now, let's try one more thing. I think that we're... Let me see what time it is.
I was gonna say, I'm probably like eating up your whole night.
No, it's fine. I just like wasn't even paying attention to the time. Let's just try one more thing. When you sing this, dude, I want you to like crescendo through it and like try to use some support. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So. Nice. That was good. Do you hear a difference when you like sing out like that?
Louder.
It's for sure louder, but you get some spin on the sound. You get it more forward. Support is like the basis of everything. So when you sing with more support, your sound's just inherently going to be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that your support isn't like terrible.
Well, I used to have the problem that I was louder than everybody else, so.
No, and that stinks. Like something I like about being in choir in college is that like you're with a bunch of big voices, you know, so you don't really need to hold back in that way. In reality, holding back like that usually isn't good for your voice because you're straining it when it comes down to it.
That's why I like solos, is because I was always like, you can hear my voice like way louder than everybody else's. And so like in chorale, like in high school, I was always getting the
Oh yeah,
and like
That's
sorry.
That is